What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J. We are locked in. Cruel Summer, the new series. It just released April 20th, 420. We know what 420 stands for, but we won't get into that on this channel and not with this show. Now, this is something interesting here. It's actually a good storyline. Let me tell you guys what the show is about. The show depicts the long-term effects of a kidnapping in a community in Skyland, Texas, focusing on 3 days over the course of 3 years, 93, 94, 95. It's about two young women, Kate, who is beloved popular girl who ends up disappearing one day, and Jeanette Turner, who is a nerdy wannabe who is accused in this case. Now, before we get into the recaps, I got to do the YouTube stuff. Shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of this, hit your subscribe button, turn your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. We on that road to 5,000 subscribers. Work with me, people. I'm gonna try to break this down as best as I can. I do a good job with this, but this is gonna be a little tougher because you've seen it was over 3 different years, 93, 94, 95, and it jumps back and forth pretty quickly. So I'm gonna try to give y'all each year that we're in so you understand where we're at in the storyline. The following program contains images of domestic violence that may be triggering. Viewer discretion advised. All the kids watching this, turn it off. Adults only. Adults only. The events that are about to unfold take place on approximately June 21st, 1993, 1994, and 1995. Pay attention, people, because it's going to jump between each year, but it's going to be in the same scene. June 21st, 1993, we start off with our main character, Miss Jeanette. Now, she's in the bed sleeping and chilling, and guess what today is? Every year on her birthday, her parents come in, they wake her up, they have a candle and the pancakes, and they always ask, what are you gonna do? What are you doing for your birthday? And she's like, this year, I'm gonna go to the mall with my friends and go see a movie. Now, she lives at home with both her parents and she has an older brother. Her older brother, Derek, he camped in line to get these boys to men tickets because he got to take a girl on a hot date. So he's like, I can't make it to dinner tonight, I'm sorry. But the parents will tell him, you're gonna come to dinner, but you'll still have time to make it to the little concert. Just leave for dessert. June 21st, 1994, we 1 year older, but we got somebody else waking us up this time. This year is her boyfriend Jamie waking her up. Now, he had to convince the dad, hey, let me go upstairs and wake her up because I know this is a tradition. And he brought her a little cupcake with a candle in it. Now, I don't know whose family this is, but if I had a daughter or when my sister was at the house, my dad wouldn't let no dudes go up to their room and waking them up. Well, we lived in a 1-floor house, so you could see which bedroom everybody slept in. But he's like, hey, I got a day planned. Let's go roller skating. She's like, okay. 1995, June 21st, our 3rd birthday, but this time things a little bit differently. Her dad wakes her up, and this time her dad wakes her up like, hey, get up. You need to go talk to your lawyer. And she's like, which one? He's like, it doesn't matter which one it is. Wake up and go downstairs. So as you can see, we started off in 93. We had 94. And now this is 95 after the incident. You see what I'm saying? 93 is before, 94 is during, 95 is after the incident. And as you can see, the drastic change in her appearance. 93, braces, curly hair. 94, long hair, more of a woman. 95, she's been through some depression, cut the hair off, room is all dark, ain't nothing fun, ain't nothing sweet anymore. She goes downstairs and talks to the lawyer, and the lawyer makes it short and sweet. Look, we're building your case, we got to get on the same page. It's your word versus her word, talking about Kate, the girl that was missing. And I'm gonna be showing up periodically to talk about your case. So it's best you and I get on the same page, and also with your other lawyers that you have, we all work together if we're gonna get you off of this case. And at this point, Jeanette, she's like, oh, wow, I'm excited. She's been through a lot. We get to meet Jeanette's friends. We got Mallory on the left and we got Vincent on the right. Now, these 3 amigos, they ride their bikes down to the mall. It's a small community, so everyone knows each other. Once they get to the mall, they start coming up with a plan like, hey, it's the summer. Let's come up with some things that we can do to have fun. Let's make a list of things. And Jeanette, she's more of the, she's kind of in the shell. The other 2, they're outspoken, they're adventurous, and they're just trying to convince her, hey, let's have some fun. We finally get to see Kate. Now, Kate is the popular one. She got her 2 friends over there sitting on the bench, and Jeanette sees her and she wants to go over there because she wants to be noticed by Kate. You know how it is in high school. You want to be noticed by the popular person so they can pretty much try to put you on. So she goes over there, but she's acting kind of nervous. She finally speaks to Kate and she says, "Oh, I like your purse." And Kate's like, "Oh, thank you." And then Jeanette, she's still stumbling over words like, "Oh, it's my birthday." And Kate's like, "Oh, okay, happy birthday. I don't really know you like that, but happy birthday." Remember, this is 93. Kate's here. And who is this? This is Jamie, the guy who woke her up in 94 for her birthday. So this is where the story, you starting to see the future. Like, what's really going on here? But Kate and Jamie, they're dating and they're in love. Mallory and Vincent, they put their money together, came up with $7, and they got her a necklace that says, "You go, girl. Happy birthday." And she's like, "I love it. I love it." While she's hugging her friend, she looks over and she sees Jamie just over there slobbering Kate down. Fast forward to 94. Now she's kissing on Jamie. What happened? Now it looks like Jeanette, she's the popular one. Kate's no longer in the picture. She's hanging out with Kate's friends and they're just asking her, "Hey, what about that weekend you lost your V card?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" And they just got girl talk going on. But she just like, "Yeah, me and Jamie, we're close. Nothing more, nothing less." Jamie's friend comes over and he just starts getting on Jamie like, "Hey, man, what's she over there lying about over there? Hey, but do you miss Kate?" And Jamie's like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "You think she ran away?" So at this point, they don't know what happened to Kate, but Jamie's trying to be optimistic about it. Like, her running away is better than her being dead. But the friend's just like, "How can you like Jeanette so much and Kate just came up missing?" Now we're in 95. Jeanette's just watching the news. Well, it's actually a tape. She just rewinding it. And it's talking about how Kate was, she's a popular, loving kid. All of her friends said she was energetic. They all loved to be with her. And like I said, the 95 Jeanette, she just always sitting in the dark. She got the little bob cut. For her, it's a dark moment in her life. Jamie's boy is just sitting outside of Jeanette's house and he's just sitting there watching. And in the glove department, he has a damn pistol in there. Now, Vincent lives next door. He done grew up. He got his locks, shirt unbuttoned, wearing chains. He calls up Jeanette like, "Hey, Jamie's friend is sitting outside, man. What is this weirdo doing?" And he starts taking pictures just to have some documentation of it. Now, we know in 95, Jeanette's not really talking. She's in her dark mode. So for him, he's like, "I know we haven't been that close," because she's isolated herself. So he's like, "Happy birthday." And she kind of hangs up on him. But you can tell what's going on here. This young man, he grew up with Jeanette, so he always had a crush on her, probably never said nothing. And then she started dating Jamie and became cool and kind of forgot about him. So he's just trying to ease his way back in. Move on, brother. Move on. Jeanette and her brother Derek, they seem like they're close. But of course, he's at that age where he's into girls and stuff. She just turned 15, so she has a whole list of things her and her friends want to do before the summer's over. But she asked her brother Derek, what did he do for his 15th birthday? And he's like, "Don't tell nobody, but Dad let me drink my first beer." Now, we all done did when we were younger, but I'm not encouraging underage drinking people. The 90s was just different. That's just what we did. For her birthday, her parents come in, and the mom, she seems kind of funny because she kind of clowned her like, "Oh, that necklace you got looks kind of cheap, but here goes our present." And she has a picture of Jeanette when she was younger with her dad. And she's just like, "Oh, I was so cute. I was a little fat baby, little chunky baby. Ha ha, cute, cute, cute." And the parents are like, "Yeah, man, we love you. We love you a lot." Uh-oh. Greg Turner, Jeanette's dad, is at the bar, and we get introduced into a lady named Angela. Now, she's a bartender. She's serving him drinks, and he's just frustrated, going through some things, and he's asking her what time she gets off. She's like, "It might be kind of late. You want me to come crash at your spot?" He's like, "Yeah, come on over." He tries to give her some money. She's like, "Nah, you can't give me no money. That's the perks of dating a bartender." So it looks like in 95, Greg broke up with his wife and he has a new girlfriend, got a little black thing. Okay, Greg, I see you. Jeanette and her father get back in the kitchen. Now, this is 93. You guys got to look at the hair. Curly hair, 93. Straight hair, 94. Short hair, 95. Now, her and her dad, they're in the kitchen. They're talking. And she's just like, "Yeah, I wish that I could be popular and just everyone would notice me at school." And her dad, Greg, he's like, "I support my daughter. So if that's what you want," he takes a candle out and puts it in the cake and lights it. And like, "Hey, make that wish." And she's like, "Would that be bad?" And he's like, "Nah, it's just a wish. Go ahead." So she blows out the candle and makes a wish to be popular. J&J, Jamie and Jeanette, they come up to the house. This is 94, straight here, people. But they get to the house and they were in the photo booth just like we seen earlier with Mallory and Vincent. And they take their 2 pictures, and they're sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear some pop, pop. And Vincent comes outside like, hey man, that was a gunshot or something. Vincent, stay in the house, please. But they're like, yeah, that's a gunshot. Welcome to Texas. We know you can tote them things out in Texas. So he talks to Jeanette, and he's like, yeah, let's go on. Don't worry about that. Just some gunshots. Nothing to see here. Angela gets off work. She shows up to the house. It looks like she has a key. She just came on in, was like, hey, Jeanette, where's your dad at? And Jeanette's like, he's in the room, but spare me. I don't want to hear from some bartender that's screwing my dad. And I was about to say, damn, they just letting these kids talk any old kind of way. But Angela checked that. She said, don't ever talk to me like that. I'm on your side. I'm here for you, and I'm not screwing your dad. I'm dating your dad. So she checked Jeanette, and she killed all that. And Jeanette apologized and said, I'm sorry. And Angela's just like, all right, cool. I was about to say, I know she ain't just let Jeanette go run off at the mouth like that. Now we get to see a comparison between all 3 of them in one scene, and it's just showing you how things go from good to better at the top of the mountain peak to the bad and ugly down and out 1995. So while she's in the bed, she lays down, she rolls to one side, rolls to the other, and it just transforms between all 3. So as a little kid, reaching that mountain peak and then coming all the way down and crashing. Now, kids are going to be kids. 15-year-olds are going to do 15-year-old things. And one of the things on their list, hey, let's break into a house. And they're like, oh, no, let's not do that. And Vincent was like, well, if no one lives there, it's technically not breaking in. And we're not breaking in. Your dad works at the realtor office. We can just get a key and just go straight in the house. So Mallory and Vincent, they're like, yeah. Jeanette, nah. 324 Huntington Road. But it turns out the sign says sold. And they're like, it's sold? I didn't know your dad sold this. But kids gonna be kids. We got the key to the house. We here now. Let's go do it. But let's go ahead a little bit. Now we got the news reporter in front of the house. And you see it says, keep out, no trespassing. This house has been abandoned ever since the incident. No one's bought this house ever since that happened. So this might be the place that Kate is locked up at. But of course, if someone dies in a house or anything, no one's ever going to move in there. So this house just been on the market. Kids going to be kids. Now, I don't know this part. They're 15 years old, but they get in the house and they're like, you know what? Let's play hide and go seek in here. So Vincent and Mallory both say, not it. So that means anybody that didn't say it before me, y'all it. And Jeanette has to count to 100 in this big old empty house. Now we're in 94. Mallory and Vincent, they're not hanging with Jeanette no more because we know in 94 she's famous now. She's the popular one. I won't say famous, but she's the popular one in the city. And she's like, Mallory says, man, I heard she had sex with Jamie. And Vincent's like, who said that? And just like I said earlier, you can figure this stuff out because you know how teenagers are. Mallory's like, you like her, but you never said nothing. She's not going to deal with us anymore. So Vincent's kind of down and out, like, dang. And Mallory even calls it out, says, look, we seen her change over time. Once she became popular, she stopped messing with us. And Mallory just starts going off talking about Jeanette. She's just a fake Kate. She's just the number 2 and no one likes the sequel. Sequels are never good in movies. And that's what she was referring to. She's like, all Jeanette is what Kate was. And we didn't even like Kate. And this is what Jeanette is. It hurts when you lose a friend. Back to 93, Jeanette's walking around the house trying to find where's everybody hiding at. But she ends up going down into a basement. It's a pretty decent sized basement. Got a little motion sensor up in the corner. Got big mirrors in here. Got 3 windows up at the top. Smaller windows, but she goes down there and she can't find anybody. She can't find either one of them. But it turns out the house isn't empty, and inside the kitchen there's a guy named Martin Harris, who turns out to be the assistant principal to the school that they go to. Now Jeanette, she's called up because, I'm in this house. So what does she do? She comes up with a lie and says that her dad forgot his briefcase during a walkthrough, so she just came back to check on it because he's at another house showing a listing. Now, she came up with a good lie. She's like, hey, we had to do a walkthrough. My dad forgets his wallet, his keys. Now they get outside the front. And he's talking to her and he's like, oh, maybe you should call me Mr. Harris since I am your assistant principal. Now, one thing about me as an adult, you don't know this kid. You shouldn't be having no conversation with her. She was looking for a briefcase. It ain't here. All right, bye. Get up out of here. But he's just out here, hands in his pocket, talking to her. This dude is a weirdo. We need to keep our eye on this Martin character. Dark Jeanette, that's what I'm gonna call 1995. Dark Jeanette is watching the footage. So anytime we see people watching news footage, it's mostly gonna be in 95. Now she's watching footage of Kate's friends saying, oh man, she's missing. This isn't like it. It just doesn't seem normal because everybody's hurt. They just lost Kate. She came up missing one random day. And you know, everybody's just in hysteria. Like, man, I don't know what happened to her. Where'd she go? Mallory on there too. So the whole time Dark Jeanette's back there, I'm talking about she got a bottle of that yak. Just she drinking it. But Mallory's on here talking about all of a sudden, Jeanette, she just turned into somebody else. She's, what is the word? Conniving? We don't like her anymore. Popular J, she's hanging with all of Katie's friends. They at the mall, they balling now. I'm talking about probably $20, $30 in their pocket. They buying up everything. But the girls are talking about how they miss Kate. And Jeanette, she just sitting there like, well, I didn't really know her that well. And they're like, yeah, that's funny. You didn't start hanging with us until after she disappeared. So it looks like they're trying to put two and two together, but these two don't seem like they're the brightest. Mallory and Vincent, they at the mall too. And who is that? Popular J? So they go in there and they run up on her. And Jeanette, she's trying to separate her cool friends away from her nerdy friends or her original friends. So she's not really doing too much talking. Now the other girls, they know Mallory and they know Vincent because this is a small community. And they try to clown her, talking about, it looks like you make your own clothes. And Jeanette's just like, really? She doesn't want to be a part of this, but at the same time, she's popular now, so she has to do it. Jeanette, she still wants to be friends with them, but she goes over and she hugs Mallory and tells her, if you want to talk to me, you know where I'm at. You know how to get in contact with me. And she gives her a nice, good hug, letting her know I'm still here. But Mallory looks at it differently, like, you sound just like Kate. You think you're more important than everybody because you're popular? And she runs out of here. Whole time, Vincent is still sitting there like, I'm sorry. But we know he's in love with Popular J. And he doesn't ever say anything. He just runs about the store and says sorry. Hey, you better go tell that girl you like her. Popular J, she in the photo booth with everybody. I'm making new friends. What's up? Now, Dark J, on the other hand, she ain't nice. She ain't sweet. She's about whatever. She's sitting in the car, got a milkshake, eating a burger and some fries, and some people are like, hey, weirdo, what are you doing? Crazy. She take that milkshake, she just steps back, throws it at him, and then she just peels off. She in a minivan too. So you know, anybody driving around in a minivan, you gotta definitely watch them, especially if they're under the age of like 35 with no kids. Dark J goes to meet with the lawyers. Now, we know they're trying to get this case right. So you gotta work with us. We gotta get things together. And what the lawyer says is, you gotta change up your style a little bit. You gotta become more likable because people are looking at you and they're like, maybe she did do this. Who knows? And Dark J, she's saying, you want me to be like her? It's already hard enough for me, people calling me weirdo, Satan worshiper. So for her, she's just getting harassed every single day. Now, we don't know the whole story yet, so we don't know if she had anything to do with it. But the lawyer's just like, when we go to the jury, they got to see you as an innocent girl. Right now, you looking kind of guilty. And I heard you threw a milkshake at somebody. Anybody throwing milkshakes, oh yeah, you need to lock them up. Popular J, she just over here chilling with the girls. We read magazines, joking around, calling other girls hoes and stuff. But the friend comes up and she's like, they found Kate. And out of nowhere, Popular J, she sits up and like, where did they find her? Is she dead? And they're like, no, she's not dead. She actually escaped. So Jeanette may have just told on herself. All of the girls run over to Jamie's house because Kate has been found. Now, Jamie used to date Kate. Kate came up missing. He was dating Jeanette. Now Jeanette's like, I gotta talk to Jamie. Please let me talk to him because something's about to go down. And I'm not gonna pause the screen on what happened. But Jamie comes out and he's just yelling, Jeanette, you need to get out of here. And then, bow, he punches her in the face and gives her a black eye. Now, I'm not joking around about any of the domestic violence. Never hit a woman. Jamie was out of pocket. He's hurt right now, but hey man, emotions got the best of him. Jeanette gets home and she lies about what happened, and her brother's like, yeah, in volleyball you're supposed to hit the ball, not let it hit you because she has the black eye. And they put peas on her face, but all of a sudden, dun, 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 this just in, special bulletin. Breaking news, rescue team, Kate Wallis, she's saved. She came up out of the house and we finally got her. She's rescued. Jeanette takes off her chain. This is 93. Puts it in her little jewelry box. She also puts the key to the house in the jewelry box. She never turned the key back into her dad. Now here's the interesting part. Kate actually goes on TV and does an interview for the first time. And she's saying while she was locked up by her assistant principal, you guys remember Martin? I told you he was a creep, the guy that lives in 324. He's the one that actually kidnapped her and had her in the basement. Now she's saying she can't erase or forget any of the things that happened to her while she was locked up. But there was somebody that seen her locked up and she thought that they were going to save her. And Jeanette Turner, you are an asshole. You didn't save me. I sat down there and the whole time I was locked up in the basement, you took over my life and was trying to be me. So, episode 2 is about to be crazy. There you go, episode 1 of Cruel Summer. So Jeanette seen her down in that basement and ain't say nothing, but she became popular off of it. Oh, Lord. You know how this is going to turn out. They about to be on Jeanette's tail. I guess that's why she's Dark Jeanette 95. But let me know what y'all think about that first episode. Is this a series you think you're going to watch? Because I'm going to do all 8 episodes. So be ready and look out for episode 2. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button. And I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.